Howdy, YouTube. We're here with AngelikaTosh. No idea who this is. It was recommended to me on YouTube. Why I play WoW alone, the solo experience. I don't know how they know I play WoW alone. But let's get right into this because I know nothing about her or her channel, so I have nothing to say in preparation of this.
Go to school and you have all these friends that have the same interests as you. You go home after school with the excitement that you'll get to meet all your friends in this other world by logging into your favorite game. And
Nope, never happened to me. Not once. Wait, I had one friend. I had a couple friends that played, but we never played together. I played with one friend, but like he was always playing with females, so we didn't play a lot together.
You to go to bed. Or maybe the people in your school don't play games with you, but you're such
Nope.
a social kid and you seem to fit in wherever you go. You find it easy to fit in with groups of people online who you can share games with. But as the years go on and you get older, you start to notice that the people that you regularly hang out with in-game are not coming online as regularly as you are.
Oof.
Maybe they're playing while you're busy. Or
hit me right in the... It's personal, man. Hit me in the personal.
some eventually log out for the last time without warning and are never seen again. You lose touch with these people because as your life gets busier, you don't really have time to reply to the Skype message that's been sitting in your notification for weeks, and when Skype eventually became outdated, not everybody knew that you moved on to Discord or other socials to stay in contact.
Very true,
Maybe you
very
stopped writing
true.
messages there too. Your life getting busier doesn't necessarily mean that you stopped liking the hobbies and things that you loved as a kid. So what happens if you still want to play World of Warcraft, but all your friends are gone and you're not somebody who can easily fit
You turn into me, who plays it alone all the time.
in and make friends online
I don't play it all the time, but when I play it alone.
anymore? What if you can't keep up with guilds and other players?
Stop laughing at people playing alone, man. God.
Do you get to enjoy the game at all? Is World of Warcraft just done for you at this stage? Today we're going to talk about World of Warcraft as a solo experience. What is it like to play the game with
I feel like a lot of
friends
people
or
play solo.
other people in general? Before we get started, hi, my name is Angelika, and I actually do have friends. They're all here.
Angelika.
You know, in this exact scenario,
Are the friends in the Discord service with it? Is that a dragon scroll? Holy crap, I didn't know they made those. That's awesome. I want a dragon scroll.
happened to me, and I
I
realized
want to
that
be
I
a
was
powerful dragonborn.
all alone in Azeroth. I was kind of sad about it. It sucks not to be able to share this world with other people, especially if that's all you've known. Now, when I first started playing WoW, I was playing it by myself for a long time because I couldn't speak enough English to interact with people in a meaningful way, but that was fine.
Aw.
However, when I finally got to embrace the social element of the game to its full capacity, I realized that when I didn't have it, I really missed it. But as more time passed and I still had the craving to continue playing WoW just because I really love the world and I find comfort in going back to it, I realized that World of Warcraft is perfectly fine as a solo experience. In fact, I think it lets you view the world from a different perspective and arguably even enjoy your time there a lot more.
Oh,
A lot of
that's
people don't really
good.
like World of Warcraft because of its grindy element. You could say that all the quests are exactly the same. You either have to gather
They are very much the same, and it is very, very grindy, although none of it is particularly difficult. Well, that's not true. Some of them are kind of difficult. It actually requires you to play with other people. Go figure. The difficult things are you having to interact with other people.
X amount of this thing or slay Y amount of that thing, deliver
Slay
something,
queen.
speak to someone, a constant back and forth involving a lot of running around at a moderately slow pace until you reach level 40, and then at a slightly quicker pace, if
She's
you're
talking
able
about-
to afford it, that
Okay, she's talking about classic. Never mind.
is. I think that every quest being the same, more or less, makes it kind of therapeutic. You don't really have to think too much about what you're doing. You can just go on autopilot and fully immerse yourself in the forest,
I do love the human areas. They are gorgeous, and they remind me of a simpler time. Also, the music is banging.
mountains, valleys, and plains of Azeroth. There's no pressure to keep up with anyone or anything. The world moves around you, but you have your own path ahead that will take you where you want.
Yeah, there are people in it, but it's about you. You do what you want, you collect what you want, you achieve what you want, you run what you want. Unfortunately, they don't have that option for raids. They do have it for dungeons now, thank the Lord.
To go in your own time. Though this was always a possibility, I only really started to view the world that way after playing Classic in hardcore. I started this experience myself before the official
Oh, I loved it. It's one of my favorite parts about playing hardcore. Besides it feeling like I used to when it felt like the World of Warcraft was a lot bigger and more dangerous before I got more experience with it over the years. Hardcore gives me that feeling, but also it's slow, it's quiet. There's not a lot of people trying to talk to me or interact with me. No guild invites just randomly popping up if I'm not in a guild.
hardcore servers launched by using the add-on. This was a third-party add-on created
I don't feel that way about Classic because it doesn't feel exciting or like Like I don't have to pay attention in classic. It's just it's nice and slow. I like that. But there's no sense of danger. Like I could try and play classic, but I feel like there's nobody on those servers. So like if I need anything, I have to pretty much figure it out for myself. Otherwise, I'm not gonna be able to use the auction house, and that's the only thing other people are useful for.
Specifically for players who wanted to experience the game this way. And some even say that this was better than the actual hardcore servers.
Well, yeah, anything World of War Blizzard does is worse than whatever a fan does, just immediately.
But I'll mention more on that later. The add-on had its own community website, and there you could see the rules that you needed to follow in order for it to be an authentic hardcore experience. The rules included things like no auction house, no player-to-player mail or trading. You could only run each dungeon once per character. But the biggest thing for me was the rule about no grouping, unless you're going to a dungeon. I couldn't understand how people managed without grouping, especially in a death delete scenario. Though it's intimidating once you
I did just fine. That's no big deal. If anything, playing with other people will get you killed faster.
get started, you realize that this is actually one of the best ways to enjoy the game, especially now, so many years later, when the classic experience has actually started to get a bit stale for people. Unless you're playing on Turtle WoW, those guys never seem to complain about anything. But you do start to look at the world in a completely different way. World of Warcraft being a social game, no grouping was completely unfathomable to me, and yet it's 100% possible and in a lot of ways more fun. First of all, no grouping in a hardcore scenario leaves you in a state where the only person you can rely on is yourself. There's
Bless.
no LFM Hogger, no anyone for Tharl Zun, and certainly no LFG Fenris Isle. This, especially in a hardcore scenario, forces you to get really good at your class. Really try and learn how to get the most out of your abilities at any given level, maybe even consider professions to get you through, since you can't use the auction house or trade with other people, so you have to do everything by yourself. In group scenarios,
In
I feel like
hardcore WoW, you can use the auction house. I guess for the PvP, for like the fan servers, you couldn't. I don't know. I never played them, but you can use it in regular hardcore WoW. But there's also the option for what is it? Solo self-found, which is not using the auction house or trading with other people or mail.
very often, particularly DPS classes, can get away with doing the bare minimum. If you're someone like a hunter or a mage, you don't really have to do a whole lot and you're still able to top DPS meters easily. There's no real need for you to get good at your class, you can rely on other people, and you probably don't even need to fully understand what you're doing at all, and nobody would even notice. When you're alone and you're facing a camp of gnolls or maybe an elite mob for a
You don't. You don't do that. You don't ever do that.
you have to start using a lot more of your brain to figure out how to defeat the mobs and get out of there alive. You have to exhaust all
You don't. The answer is you don't. You have a camp full of gnolls, you don't. Unless you're incredibly experienced, then you can as like a mage or a hunter, like she said. Don't. Just don't. Just don't think about it. Just don't.
your resources, plan ahead, and really survive. You need to be making decisions all the time. Is that quest that's in a cave really worth it, or are you
Nope.
going to get whooped
Nope.
into
Don't go in the cave. Don't go in the cave. It does not matter. Do not go in that cave.
many mobs respawn at the same time and find you frolicking about? It's
That's why you don't go in that cave.
all on you, and there are real
First rule for me of hardcore WoW, no caves, no towers, no dungeons. Well, that's probably second. No caves, no towers, no encampments full of people. None of that. None of that. You were not getting trapped. I'm not getting trapped by hyperspawns in a cave where I can't run away. Even in a camp full of people where I can run away, I don't want to risk it. Don't do it. Stay on the outside of the camp. Don't go in the cave. Rule 2 is don't group up with other people for anything. You can't rely on them. They're going to look out for themselves, not you.
mistakes, because if you make a mistake, you will lose your character right there in that stupid cave. This kind of self-reliance really makes you appreciate playing solo. You're responsible for you. Nobody's holding you back, and you're also able to play the game at your own pace. One thought that I had about playing solo is that you're straight up unable to do certain quests. For example, if you're leveling in Redridge, there are several elite quests there that are kind of a big
Don't do them. Don't do them. Just because the elites usually also have ads with them. Don't do it. They're deep into something else where you have to kill other things to get there, and by the time you're ready to fight that person, those things are respawning and you're not going to be able to run away. No, don't do it.
deal in terms of experience that you get there, and you really need
I stopped leveling in Red Ridge once I have to go do the gnolls up in the north where, like the shadow magic. Nope, nope, nope. I'm not doing that because those gnolls are going to respawn real dadgum fast.
like a dungeon-sized group to get through those. It's
I
true
basically skipped the entirety of the north east. Hold on, what's it? North. Basically everything east, actually. I believe it's east. Yeah, everything east. I'll do the bottom, because that's where the low levels start, and the top to a point until I have to go in this cave right here. Nope.
Some scenarios are best avoided
We're
when
going
you
to
play yourself,
Duskwood.
so you instead get to experience more of the world. Typically, when you're leveling, you have sort of a choice in terms of the zones that you're going to cover in any particular level.
Stranglethorn is good if you have skinning or cooking and you want a bunch of meat. Fantastic. You can also get some good silk cloth there from the trolls. I definitely recommend doing at least Northern Stranglethorn.
Bracket. Like, you can choose between Westfall, Darkshore, or Loch Modan.
Definitely Westfall. I'll go to Westfall after I do Eastvale Logging Camp, and then after Eastvale, I go to Red Ridge. But you got to start bouncing around Red Ridge with Westfall because the quests get kind of out of whack, which is one thing I don't like about Classic. You have to bounce around from zone to zone a whole lot, and you can't mount up until 40, so that kind of sucks. But like Westfall and Red Ridge, then Red Ridge and Duskwood bouncing back and forth together, and then after Duskwood, probably Stranglethorn Vale.
Or if you're Horde, you might be looking at the Barrens or Silverpine Forest. When you're by yourself, especially in hardcore, you might actually opt to do all of the zones. For example, when you're questing in Westfall, starting at, say,
the green quest can still give you a good bit of experience. The mobs, not so much, but the quests still give you about the same amount of experience. It's pretty good.
Level 11, you eventually get to a point when you feel a little under-leveled, as the quests that you're doing at level 15 are in areas where a bunch of level 18 mobs are walking around. That might not be a huge difference, but in a hardcore scenario, if you have that level 18 and any other mob attacking you at the same time, you might be cooked. So you take a step
she was in an encampment. Don't do that.
back, travel to Darkshore, take the quests that are available there for level 11 onwards, and with the XP you gather, you're then able to return.
No, I basically have this route that I farm in Westfall where I start doing the quests and then I start grinding mobs in certain areas for levels.
To Westfall and pick up where you left off. I feel like this makes leveling more of a journey and more of an adventure.
You do get a better story that way, though, if you're willing to do the quest anyway. But it's hard to get to Darkshore, though. That's on the other continent, and you have to figure out how to frick get over there. Like, basically, if you can find a mage to portal you to Darnassus, then you can just go to Darkshore easily, but it's going to be hard to get over there still.
You're covering more ground within a particular...
Because, like, you still don't have to get a mage, so you have to knock it out in one shot, and then if you hearth back, you're going to have to get a mage to port you back over there, because there's no way you have the connecting flight points.
Level bracket. If you're taking advantage of any XP that you can get more or less safely, you might also discover quests in areas of the game that you would have otherwise ignored because you leveled too quickly for them. One such example for me was a quest that you can get between the wetlands and the Arathi Highlands. I always skipped this quest because it was on like a broken off part of the bridge that's really hard to get to. You have to do like really weird parkour to get to it. It had an unusually high amount of XP for it being just a speak to this other NPC in this safe location quest. So I was determined to get it. I was at a bit of a standstill in hardcore in terms of safe quests that I could do without dying, so it was a decent option. Not without its risks, however. The first time I tried it, I nearly had a heart attack. Fell all the way down, but I realized it's more or less safe. You don't die, you end up in water. If you fall right,
but the run back is still annoying.
Just before the water that you can land on. Now, I was doing this for a very long time because when you fell into the water, you also had to swim up and go all the way around up the mountain and through a dark iron dwarf camp. So again, it wasn't the safest. It was okay.
That is rough.
I eventually did succeed. As you can see, it was quite exciting. I don't remember
Good for
last time I
her.
was this excited about WoW in a group setting, so...
Also, this is a really cute look for her.
Solo, hardcore gameplay really revived the game. I was really happy. And in general, getting things done...
She's about to cry.
Not dying in the process was a new kind of rewarding and special. Something that, no matter how many friends I played with, I just hadn't experienced in WoW for a long time. This was my experience with the add-on. They, of course, did later release the official hardcore servers, and those didn't restrict player-to-player mail, the auction house, trading, or grouping. I think that this diminished the hardcore experience. It was
probably
more
hardcore
if you were following the add-on. Blizzard seemed to
be fair, I don't interact with anybody to use mail anyway. Basically just the auction house. I don't group with people either.
Kind of embrace this solo player initiative by adding something called the self-found mode. This did restrict the auction house, mail, and trading, but it didn't restrict grouping, which is why I also personally think that the add-on and the rules that they had there were superior, just if we're speaking of a more hardcore experience. And this has been my experience as a solo player. Maybe if you're someone like me and you've been playing the game for years.
I wonder if she started over on the World of Warcraft servers.
You'll enjoy the solo experience a lot more. It's sad to think about all the people that you used to hang out with in game that just logged out one day and never came back. But it's nice to remember all the good times with guildmates and just other people you meet in the world and had all these fun interactions.
I don't have the memories of guildmates. Any guild I was ever in ended up falling apart somehow, and we never really did anything together. But at best, raiding a little bit. I did raid. It was it was fine other than like toxic people yelling at each other. You're not doing something right. And I'm just like, I don't want to be here all night, man. Come on. I don't care enough about this raid. I don't need the gear. If I'm doing the top raid, I clearly don't need the gear. Like, I'm already geared enough to do the raid. I'm good.
with. WoW has always been a social game, but I feel like modern advances in social media and how accessible
Don't go up
communication
there.
is now
Don't go up
really
there.
changed the way we
Don't
interact
go
with
up
people in
there.
the game. I think
You go up here on the left in the tower. There's going to be a guy who's skull marked. You don't want to go up there.
that now we are oversaturated with all the different ways in which we can communicate, and I find that even if you look for interaction in WoW these days, people are a lot less responsive and tend to stick to themselves anyway. So becoming a solo player may not have even been a you thing. It's just the landscape isn't the same anymore. But hopefully after this video you can see that it's still possible to get enjoyment out of WoW, just in a different capacity.
I think we should go back to hardcore WoW soon. We never finished getting to 60. I got to 40 and I'm like, I'm kind of tired. I want to rest. I want to relax a little bit. And we never finished getting to 60. One of my goals for this year was to get 60 in hardcore WoW, so maybe?
Also, there's nothing wrong with spending time on your own and learning how to enjoy things for yourself. And
The fishing is peak. Fishing in classic WoW. I love fishing in WoW, but fishing in classic WoW feels slow and relaxed, and I love it. And I actually have to go to different areas to actually level my fishing.
by yourself.
Get different
I feel like if
fish. You
learn
can
to
sell them,
enjoy doing
although
some things alone-
selling them in the auction house now probably isn't great. I don't know.
alone, in the long run, you'll be able to build more meaningful friendships and relationships in the game and in the real world. After all, if you don't like spending time with yourself, why would anyone else enjoy your company? And
That is a very good point. You should always remember that. You need to learn to love yourself and being with yourself before anyone else will love you or enjoy being with you. That's just a fact.
that about covers it for this video. I do hope you enjoyed. If you did, as always,
She's
please be sure to
wise.
leave a like
She
and
is
subscribe. I
wise
really
behind her,
appreciate it.
beyond
Big shout
her
out to
years.
my channel members. You guys are great. Thank you so much. And I'll see you all in the next video. Be seeing you. Bye.
Guys, she blew you a kiss. Blow one back. She loves you. She's in love with you. You're now boyfriend and girlfriend. I'm going to give it a like. She was really good. Let's see what other kind of video she has. I would love to see some more stuff from her. Ageism and the... Ooh, save to watch later. Azeroth and Unreal Engine 5. Diablo 2. Okay, she's still pumping them out pretty often. I don't know how old that video was. I think it was... Do girls really care? Do girls care about sexy game? Yes, they do. They thirst the most because they're able to safely on the internet without getting canceled by anybody. Every MMO has been evil or is in space. That's a good point. The Untouched Side of the Oblivion remaster, obscure Russian games from my childhood. Oh, she's Russian. Okay. The erotic roleplay and online game problem. Is that still a problem? I played Polish Skyrim. I decided to get good at Warcraft 3. I think we'll put one more video up. How it feels to play Old Oblivion after the remaster. Everyone loves Emma Frost. I don't care who you are. Why girls love World of Warcraft. Okay, I'd like to hear about that. Oddly enough, it's right after the one we just watched. Why girls love Skyrim. Golden Age of WoW Machine. Oh, we are watching that, man. I actually still listen to Nim, like frequently. An adoring fan in real life. My stalker story. Oh, that's sad. Okay, I think. Oh, she did a cover of Dragonborn comes. Okay, I'd like to watch that. I don't know if that's a reactable thing for this channel. I don't know if you guys would be into that. She learned English in World of Warcraft. That's dope. Okay, we're gonna watch that too. We got a couple that we can watch from her. Nothing right now though. It is 5 hours in and 7:30 at night. Now I have nothing particular to do, so we can watch some more stuff. But I do want to end soon. So I'm going to catch you guys later. Stay safe, stay hydrated. Leave a like and comment. Engagement both helps the channel, and apparently YouTube isn't going to count you as a viewer thanks to some changes. I don't know. But please give me a sub to help the channel, and like and leave a comment down below if you play World of Warcraft, or like you play it alone or do you play it with people? Because I don't hear a lot about people playing with other people, and definitely all my friends I had that were playing the game have moved on. Well, most of them moved on. One of them still plays, but he plays a whole other thing. He's playing with his family now. and I think he mainly plays like Hearthstone or something like that. I don't know. Is there a Blizzard property? I guess if you like Hearthstone or Diablo, is there a Blizzard property that really makes you happy that you're still playing after all these years? I'd love to hear your stories. It made me feel better. I know I'm still playing World of Warcraft. It's off and on. I haven't played it in I haven't played hardcore WoW since like last year or earlier this year. Actually don't remember. Playing retail currently, but I'm probably gonna cancel that for a little bit because of Pokemon and Outer Worlds 2 and Borderlands 4 is coming out. So there's gonna be a lot less time for those. All right, stay safe, stay hydrated, take care of yourselves, and take care of somebody else. Love it, nachos. Mwah.